Joan Collins' reaction to a psychic forecast that she would find romance with a married man. One of many star horoscopes. Our inside story for Tuesday, December 27th, 1988.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ahmad Rashad. John Tesh and Mary Hart are off.
But we're glad to be here.
Yes, we are.
I'm Lisa Gibbons. Astrologists believe they can predict the future by the relationship of stars and planets on the day of a person's birth. Do stars in Hollywood believe their fortunes can be told by stars in the heavens? That's our inside story for today. Every year, tabloid psychics make their celebrity predictions, forecasting everything from Jane Fonda will become an astronaut to Sean Penn and Madonna soon to be attacked by savage dogs. Now, some stars believe in psychic predictions, some don't.
If they're good, I believe them. If they're not, I go, what do they know?
People say, you know, what's your sign? And I say, are you interested in that? And they say, yes, yes. I say, well, then you should know what my sign is. You know me. You tell me what my sign is.
I read my horoscope when I see it somewhere, and it's usually true. It's usually really, really true. It usually says, you know, you are a suave, debonair kind of guy, you know, and that kind of stuff under my sign, you know, and I go like, yeah, I am. Oh, must be true.
This Hollywood party was the perfect place for psychic Judy Heavenly to forecast a new romance for the mother of Sylvester Stallone.
Someone older, not Julio, because Julio's taken.
Julio who?
Julio Iglesias.
Not my type.
No.
Heavenly also laid hands on Knots Landing cast member Paul Karafotis.
I see your girlfriend keeps you very much in shape. I believe she's an earth sign. What sign is she?
She's a Virgo. Very good.
There's a trip coming to London.
Yes.
Oh, I hope you have a great time.
Hollywood Beach, Florida is where psychic Nikki Dane finds solitude to forecast for the National Enquirer. Here's what she sees for Michael J. Fox.
I see him doing the James Cagney movie, The Life of James Cagney.
Sylvester Stallone will soon be directing a new movie.
Something different, something helping a child, something with children, and maybe going back to his first wife.
Fort Lauderdale seer Leah Lusher has charged clients $100 an hour to take to the couch and meditate on their behalf. She sees rough times ahead for Sybil Shepherd and her husband.
I'm not sure the marriage will last.
And what about Joan Collins?
I see for her, in 1989, another hurt, personal, another love that will hurt her.
There are lots of predictions about Joan, including this one, saying she'll save the life of Linda Evans on the set of Dynasty.
Well, we did that, except she saved mine several years ago.
What about the forecast of a romance with former Canadian Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau?
I'm sure his wife will be thrilled.
Even Joan isn't psychic enough to know Trudeau isn't married. Another forecaster once predicted Shirley MacLaine would be in direct contact with a space alien, except it never happened.
I don't know why I haven't. Isn't it strange? Probably because if I did, I'd just ask him to put down the ladder, I'd get right on it and take a ride, and then I'd have some picture to make when I came back.
The bottom line is, predicting what's ahead for any celebrity is a tricky business, even when the stars themselves try to figure out the future.
I predict Falcon Crest will go on for another 15 years. And I also predict that I probably will not.
Oh, I'm going to have a baby. No, I'm really not. I think I'll get married and have 16 children.
In 1989, I think I want to father a UFO baby. So, but aside from that, nothing out of the ordinary.
So many predictions, so little time. Now, in 1988, there were 282 star predictions in the two major U.S. supermarket tabloids. 14 of them actually came true.
There's a new board game stirring up lots of controversy in the nation's capital. It's called Home Roulette, but critics say it's not a game. They call it a racially motivated attack on real-life players in Washington, D.C. politics. The object of the game is to get rich enough off bribery and graft to buy an election and become mayor of the District of Chaos. Like Monopoly, it uses a game board to guide the players along a path, but the similarity ends there. The game isn't just political. It uses a slew of racial caricatures to satirize local D.C. government. The game, which is sold briskly in a few Washington area stores during the Christmas rush, has caused quite a stir among politicians and consumers.
We've received numerous complaints from Washington residents, black and white alike, who are concerned about the offensive nature of the game and also the atmosphere that the game creates in our city.
But most merchants who've been approached to distribute the game have decided against selling it.
This thing was just in such bad taste that it was not the kind of thing that I wanted to even get involved with.
The designer of Home Roulette, Myron McKee, is a former Reagan administration consultant who defends the game from charges of racism by claiming it's meant to be a parody.
I poke fun at Irish Catholics, of which I'm one. I poke fun at Marine Reagan, the Ku Klux Klan, blacks, Jews. The only people we're hearing any complaints out of is the D.C. Council, and they're the ones that are responsible for the mess in the first place. They have reason to complain.
This is a slap at the people of the city. It's a slap at a certain race of people, and I hope that all Americans will boycott the game should it be made available to them.
Home Roulette is being marketed in Washington, D.C. by a company called Sensitivity Institute. Tomorrow on Inside Story, actor Doug McClure, sober 6 years after a bout with alcohol that nearly wrecked his career.
I sure I was mean. I was self-centered, stupid, I was awful. Yeah, I was mean, rotten, no good.
Actor Doug McClure, The Inside Story, tomorrow on Entertainment Tonight.
Next, Hollywood hits the slopes for a little snow business. We'll show you how the stars celebrate the holidays. And later, the goofy and gorgeous Gina Davis talks about her latest challenge.
Don Johnson and ex-wife Melanie Griffith are going to make it official again, and Griffith reportedly has a 4-carat diamond to prove it. Johnson and Griffith were first married about 12 years ago, and they just announced their new engagement from Aspen, where they're vacationing. A lot of stars are in Aspen this holiday. It's becoming the Hollywood hangout.
Oh, there's no place like Aspen for the holidays. No matter how far away you go, how far you go.
Charles Dickens carolers are one Aspen tradition at the Christmas holidays. And stars of the movie, political, and sports worlds are another.
This is probably the easiest place in the world to get a Christmas feeling, at least in the United States anyway. And the skiing is great, and the town is super. People are really nice, everybody's healthy, so it's fun coming here.
Martina has recently decided to make Aspen her home, and she's just one of many celebrities who reside here at least part of the year.
Well, I live over here, and so I come here as often as I can. And of course, Christmas time is one of the big holidays for us, so I'll be here almost a month.
Basically, we've come because we had friends here, and in fact, I haven't seen a lot of show business people yet.
Merry Christmas!
Sally Field spent Thanksgiving here, and she's back again. Sally lives in Starwood, an exclusive mountaintop community of some 65 homes with a guard gate to ensure privacy. On the other side of town, beside the Maroon Creek, is the home of longtime resident Jack Nicholson. The home of another Aspen veteran, Jill St. John, is here in McLean Flats, while Barbara Streisand rented this hideaway in Little Woody Creek. Barbara lived here last summer, but it's doubtful she'll rent it again. That's because it's adjacent to this particular property, owned by former boyfriend Don Johnson.
Merry Christmas.
George Hamilton is undoubtedly the most popular local celebrity, because he loves to hang out around town, and he knows the secret to Aspen's success.
Anybody fits in here, really, anybody. And you see blue jeans to furs.
Hamilton knows everyone, and he ran into Vanna White and her boyfriend, George Santo Pietro, at a chic new lunch spot.
George, how'd she ski?
George, you've never seen anything going down the mountain that looked that good.
Were you skiing in front or behind her?
All around her.
Holiday time means party time for the stars. Buddy Miles performed over the weekend at one club, but it wasn't music that drew Who's the Boss star Judith Light to town.
I'm not your party down person. It sounded like Angela Bauer, but I don't come here to party. I really come here to rest, and I also come here to learn how to ski.
Whatever the attraction, Aspen has it all.
It's Christmas time, and we're in the snow, and
Feels
there are
like
jingle
Christmas.
bells, and
It's going on a sleigh ride tomorrow. Dogs pulling. It's going to be marvelous.
John F. Kennedy Jr. is also in Aspen this week, but so far it's been tough sledding. A snowstorm Christmas Day got in the way of his flight from Denver, so JFK Jr. had to spend 5 hours on a bus just to get to the resort. And who was traveling with him? People magazine's sexiest man alive was reportedly going it alone with just his guitar for company.
Another political star joined the ranks of the downhill racers. Vice President-elect Dan Quayle and his family were in Colorado this weekend for a little R&R. Quayle showed off his expertise on the slopes.
How am I supposed to fall?
Gracefully.
That's exactly what you're waiting for.
The VP-to-be told the crowd and assembled press that they could expect an active and athletic administration, but he admitted to having had a bit of a tough time on one of the steeper hills.
I have only fallen once, and I hope that's the last time.
And we're glad you weren't there to record it.
Quayle was shooting a segment for the syndicated television show American Skier, which will air next month.
As the holiday season heads for the new year, TV viewers will be going back to court. More courtroom shows than ever are being produced. Television's courtroom calendar has never been more crowded. The current season finds no fewer than 5 shows on the air, each with its own agenda for bringing the legal process into America's living rooms.
It's frizzled. My hair is, it looks like somebody took a razor blade to it.
If it's reality you want, then the People's Court may be the ticket. The highly popular show, now in its 8th year, features real people who've agreed to settle their small claims before the television court of the Honorable Joseph Wapner.
How can I tell the difference between the braids and your own hair?
What you're about to see is real.
On Trial uses actual footage taken from real courtroom cases as they unfold from halls of justice around the country.
She had a knife in his hand.
Did you see anything on the knife?
There's just a little bit of blood on it.
Then there are 3 other shows that take a little dramatic license with the law. Superior Court features actors reenacting real cases.
I'm a thief, I admit that. But I'm not a murderer.
While The Judge is a bit more melodramatic in its portrayal of family disputes.
No, I won't. I won't go. I want my mommy.
And the one that started them all, Divorce Court.
The trouble in this marriage started when Mrs. Stanley went ape.
With so many hours a week being broadcast from the bench, just what is this fascination with courtroom drama?
The reason I think that the court shows are having such success, and do have such success, is this inherent fascination that the American public has with what goes on in a courtroom.
And while viewers seem to enjoy witnessing case after case, those presiding say they have a greater responsibility to the audience than to merely entertain.
I feel that we can do some good, we can help people, we can educate them a little bit, as well as entertain them as we do it.
The #1 rated court show is People's Court by a wide margin. It's 16th in the overall syndicated rankings so far this year.
For the 3rd week in a row, Twins dominated the weekend box office, earning an estimated $9 million. Rain Man was in 2nd place, The Naked Gun was 3rd, and Working Girl made it to 4th in its opening weekend, edging out Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. The Accidental Tourist also had a very good opening weekend in limited release.
Gina Davis plays the offbeat animal trainer in The Accidental Tourist. Her career is traveling right along with roles in Tootsie, The Fly, and Beetlejuice. Davis says it was a thrill just to get to work with co-star William Hurt. In The Accidental Tourist, Gina Davis plays Muriel Pritchett, a quirky dog trainer who befriends a withdrawn travel writer played by William Hurt.
And I could train him in no time not to bite other people. You think about it and give me a call, Muriel. Remember? Muriel Pritchett. Let me give you my card. Pick up the phone and just talk. Don't you ever get the urge to do that?
I had read the book when it first came out and loved it. That was my favorite character from that book. Of course, I had no idea they were going to make a film out of it, but I thought, gee, if they ever do, whoever plays that part is going to be so lucky, and so I'm lucky.
In her acting career, Davis has been very lucky with such hits as Tootsie, The Fly, and most recently Beetlejuice. But she says she survived disappointments, too.
My life, you know, even parts that I thought, oh, I'll die if I don't get this part. I gotta get it, and then I don't get it. It kind of turns out that was for the best. You know, the movie comes out and I say, why did I want to be in that?
Every little minute, you have to praise him.
Ow.
Pick up that slack. Fuck.
This is a bit more difficult with crutches.
I once taught a man who had no legs and only one arm. And he had a Great Dane.
Really?
I share, in a certain sense, Muriel's worldview in that bad things that happen are actually good. For whatever reason, my life is working out pretty well. I'm very pleased with the way things are going, and I'm just going to try to enjoy it, you know.
Davis's next movie is about aliens who come to Earth, called Earth Girls Are Easy.
Uh-huh. Some incredible skateboard stunts are featured in the new movie Gleaming the Cube. We have an exclusive movie preview of the action thriller. In Gleaming the Cube, Christian Slater stars as Brian Kelly, a rebellious Southern California skateboarder filled with angst.
I don't know what's worse, you know? Being blown up in a nuclear war or having a 7-Eleven on every corner.
Alienated from his parents, his school, and just about everything, he finds solace only in riding and in the friendship he shares with his adopted Vietnamese brother, Ven.
I'm in trouble. You got a B+ in calculus?
But when Ven is murdered at the hands of some powerful and corrupt businessmen, the young skate punk decides to go out and investigate his brother's death.
It happened right here. I'm not lying.
You gotta hear what it sounds like from where I'm standing.
Enlisting the aid of a streetwise cop played by Stephen Bauer, the two join forces against a shadowy world where gun running and murder for hire abound. And as Brian gets closer to finding his brother's killers, his own life becomes jeopardized.
Look, no one knows anything except a kid on a skateboard.
But while the story weaves an intricate web of mystery and suspense, it's really the film's incredible skateboarding sequences that are certain to keep the audience on the edge of its seat. We were wondering, we thought you might be as well, what the title of the movie actually means. Well, skateboard fanatics tell us that Gleaming the Cube means reaching the ultimate, doing your absolute best. Producers hope the movie will do just that when it opens January 13th.
The Sinatras spent part of their holiday at the hospital. The story when we come back.
Birthday today, actress Tova Feldsha is 36, and actress Marlene Dietrich is 87.
The Sinatra family spent the day at a hospital in Rancho Mirage, California. And when word got out, speculation began that Frank Sinatra had had a heart attack. But it was his father-in-law, Charles W. Blakely, who had been admitted. The 93-year-old Blakely is hospitalized in good condition. Meanwhile, Frank Sinatra is opening tonight at Bally's in Las Vegas. Geraldine Mason, a movie extra who worked on Richard Pryor's autobiographical movie JoJo Dancer, Your Life is Calling, has filed a paternity suit against Pryor. Mason, who is seeking child support of $10,700 a month, claims Pryor is the father of her 1-year-old son. And this item about what price celebrity? A house in Hibbing, Minnesota, where rocker Bob Dylan spent his boyhood, is for sale. Like most of the houses in the neighborhood, it has 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. But most of the other houses are worth about $42,000. Since Dylan once lived in this one, it's considered special and is listed for $84,000. So in Hibbing, at least, the price of fame is double.
The opening night reviews in the New York papers were far from kind, but Peter Allen's Legs Diamond got off to a glitzy start last night on Broadway. Bernadette Peters, Jane Powell, and playwright Harvey Fierstein joined hundreds of theater-goers to see Peter Allen in the Broadway musical Legs Diamond. The show's official opening had been set twice before, but its creators wanted to make improvements, and its star believes the wait was worth it.
I'm exhausted, but I'm thrilled. I thought that the work finally paid off.
Actor Kurt Russell served up the spirit of the season in the form of venison stew from his recent celebrity hunt made for Denver's homeless. Russell, who donated 1,000 pounds of big game meat to feed the needy, is hoping other hunters will do the same.
What I'd like to do is get the word out to the hunters for whatever meat you think you might not use or whatever meat you're not going to use. Why not put it to good use? Get it to the people on the streets.
And in New York, Jackie Mason took time out from his one-man Broadway show to play Santa to these kids who are patients at the hospital for joint diseases.
If you're lucky enough to make a few dollars like I am right now, to give a few dollars for children, I can't think of anything better I could do.
It's a tad cold for the beaches, but we're talking movie beaches, not seashore beaches. Actress Barbara Hershey will be here tomorrow to talk about her new film.
Okay, that's tomorrow, and as we say goodbye for this Tuesday, Peter Allen sings When I Get My Name in Lights. That's from the newly opened Broadway musical Legs Diamond. Now, Allen not only stars, he wrote the music and the lyrics as well. Ahmad and I will be back here tomorrow. See you then.
So long.
So I'll sing and I'll dance, I'll take any chance just to get my name in lights. And if by some oversight you don't know by now, I'll be known for my charm and my sparkling wit, and even Clara Bow will admit I got it when I get my name.